Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers and welcome back to Mercury Farms. So in last episode I was talking about the Dutes Fire and I was hoping to make I thought someone made a change to it. Well, on the day I'm recording it, just a little while ago, there was an update to the Dutes Fire. So, nice and quiet. We'll step outside. Let's pull forward here. Nice and quiet now. Not loud at all. So it looks like we got a keeper now. We will be probably using this later on. More to come. There has been a few mods I installed and we may be fooling around with some later on. But today is basically, we got the man truck up here in the forestry area. We're going to go up there and cut down some trees and whatnot. As I'm heading up there, I will say, I did see on the Giants forum for mods that were getting looked at and tested. Everyone stand up, or you may want to sit down. Follow me is being tested. That's right, follow me. If you don't know what follow me is, if you're like a single player, like all my episodes pretty much are here, say I wanted to bring like 2 or maybe even 3 tractors or what have you up to a certain area. You can get into one vehicle and you can have what the mod allows you to do is have a tractor follow your path that you go on. So you can have like tractors follow you. So instead of just going back and forth with multiple equipment, follow me will just basically what it says, follow you. But today we are here to we're here to blah 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 blah. We're here to cut down some trees to make some money and yeah, because we do have a loan now. I don't know what we got it down to. 435. I took a loan of 450 out so we could do the cows. Bought some land, and we had enough actually from selling some stuff as well to buy the truck and the auto loading trailer, so we can come up here to the forestry, cut down some trees, make some cash. We still have the 3 fields. Well, it's more than 3 fields. But we got this field here merged, and of course we got this field here that's merged, and this lonely field here with our house. So it's time that hopefully these trees can make us some cash. Now, beyond the hard economy, I don't know how much it's going to bring in, but the only way we're going to find out is whip out the chainsaw. Come on, chainsaw, where are you? There you are. How you doing? We'll cut down some trees, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. Why am I putting the chainsaw away for? I don't know. I didn't want to lease one of the loggers that cut it down because it'll cut too much in the profit. I'm like, we got a chainsaw right now. We're just trying to save money as we can. And I'm hoping when we do some trees down, we can go ahead and use one of the mods that I downloaded. So right now I'm just cutting up this tree into little pieces. Well, I don't want to say little pieces. That should fit into the trailer. So I'm going to cut down about 5 trees. And we'll load it up into the truck and see what that looks like in the trailer. I like to go with a full load. I'm guessing with a full load, I'll be happy if I can make like 20 grand. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. So, let's see. We'll cut you. The problem is I got 2 trees on top of one another, and that is the worst thing to do. Somewhere right about there is good. And somewhere... There we go. So patch 1.3 has been out now for a day. Of course, as you're seeing this now, it's probably been more like 3 or 4 days. Like I said in the last episode, I've been playing on patch 1.3 for a long time, actually. So, as far as I can tell, from the beta patch to the live patch on the PC, I don't see any difference. There might be some minor changes. Come on, where are you going to stop so I can cut the tip off there? There we go. I gotta stop falling trees on top of one another because it's gonna be hard to cut them up where we need to. Alright, let me just go get the truck. No, chainsaw. There you go. Alright. Alright, start auto load wood, but what side is it on is the question. Switch auto load to right, that's what we need to do. And turn that on there. Now it's not the smoothest. Well, it looks like these logs are, I cut them, I don't want to say short. See how many we can fit in here. So that's 3 trees right there. So it looks like I can probably cut down maybe 3 or 4 more. I'll lock those on. Let me go park the truck somewhere so I don't want to fall down a tree on our new truck and trailer. So let me cut down a few more trees. And I'll bring it back and we'll load up this guy, which doesn't take long. Obviously with an auto loader. And we'll head down to the store, or the sawmill, and we'll see how much I get for these trees, like a load on the trailer here. Like I said, I was hoping for like 20,000, but I think that might be a stretch. So yes, the forest is looking a little bit thinner. We got some trees knocked down, and as you can see, the auto loader's doing a fantastic job. It would take me forever with my awesome skills that I have to load up all this wood. This may not be a full load. Did I not cut that tree? Or is there... There might be some limbs on it. Yep, didn't cut the tip off. There's that one, there we go. So yes, we spent pretty close to, well, 76 grand for the land. What do we guess? Pretty close to 200 grand for the truck trailer and the land here. So hopefully we can get that back. Must be something on that tree trunk back there. That's why it won't come off. Must be a limb sticking out somewhere that I can't see. Yeah, I see it now. Right there. There she goes. That is a pretty big load. That one log, though, is a little dangerous. But once we strap it all in like that, I think we'll be fine. And of course, now the fun part is let's turn this around in here and not tip over. Because it is a little tippy and bumpy in here, as you would expect. But I mean, this is a man truck. So this is going to really determine how the farm can go in the next few episodes, is how much can we get for this lumber here. I haven't figured out this forestry yet. I get a little bit confused where my entrance should be. Which way am I facing here? I'm lost in the forest. Yes, I need to go this way a little bit more. Yep, this is the way. So we are off to the sawmill. Now, as far as I know, the sawmill is the only place that I've seen to sell wood. And I think while we're down at the sawmill, we may head on over to the house and take care of the trees down by the reservoir pond area, so we can get a better view. Because I kind of may want to. It's a little tight there. Am I going to get around? Yeah, we got around. Yeah, I need to clear up that area just a little bit so we can get a better view of the pond and start to set some things up. Well, let's head on down to the sawmill and see what we get for all this lumber. I'm going to take it slow so I don't tip over. So far so good. Made it down this far. Did turn on the beacons, allow people to know that I'm a hazard. But if that's the case, I should always have them on because I'm always a hazard. I do like this trailer. This trailer, not just because it's not a loader for one, but it seems to take the logs nicely. And if you did want to do it manually, the spacing between the bars is big enough to load them in. Some of the logging trailers, the bars are so close on the sides that if you use like a front-loaded grappler or something like that, it's hard to get your like the arms in there without getting tangled up. So the moment of truth, like I said, if I get 20 grand, I'd be very happy with that. $24. That is, yeah, I'll accept that. That is pretty good. That is pretty darn good. So in the future, what I may have to do is buy a planter, and we may plant some more trees up there. I really don't know how long the trees take in game to grow because I haven't done that in a while. Probably since FS15, since I did it without seasons. I know in seasons it takes like 4 years. I want to say four seasons before the trees become full grown. But we're going to head back up there, and we're getting another trailer load of logs to bring on down here. I would like to get to 50 grand at least today, so I could do the couple of the mods I want to do. I mean, once we get into it, it'll be pretty obvious, like, oh yeah, of course he's going to put those down. Let's head back up to the forestry area. I'll do some more clear cutting and load up the trailer. More trees have been cut, and I'm hoping this time I might get a little bit more cash. Before I was cutting the trees into threes. Not trees into trees, trees into 1/3. If that helps you out. But seeing how big the trailer is, and seeing how much space I had lengthwise for the logs to go in, I cut them in half this time, so that may get us a little bit more cash. And that one log is going to be a pain in the butt because it loaded, now it's twisted. So the way to do this, we'll stop the auto load, start unloading wood. There we go, it spit it out. And now we can just turn on the auto loader, and hopefully it doesn't do something like that, but it did. But it's all good. Sometimes you can just keep slamming on the brakes when you back up and they'll slide down. Alright, did the hokey pokey a few times, now they all fall down. Alright, let's see if I can load up the rest of these. That one might be just a little bit too long, or it could have something on it. But I cut down the same amount of trees as last. Oh, auto load is turned off. That would explain. That would explain. Maybe. But now that I'm cutting them longer, they're not going to pile up as fast, so maybe I can cut down some more trees. Now that one might be just a little bit too long. Nope, it wasn't too long. There was something on it. So I'm going to get to cutting just a few more trees down because I got plenty of room. And I think we're going to get more cash. Is that going to load? Probably not, because I'm driving over it. So I'm going to cut down a few more trees. I'm going to get a full load trailer and bring it back and we'll sell them. We probably need to get more than what we did last time, obviously. One more log to pick up. Lock them all in. And slow and steady out of here is going to win the race. It's very heavy. It's going to wobble quite a bit. So what I'm looking at, and I did look into this before I came up here with the chainsaw, but not knowing, the trailer almost tipped there. Not knowing how much I was going to get per load, I was thinking about leasing one of the cutters for forestry, which costs $25,000 basically to lease it, and then it's like additional $9,000 per hour. Seeing that one trailer would cover the cost for the first hour, it's probably going to be worth it for the amount of trees that are up there. So what we could do is lease one and bring up there and just cut the trees. Not transport them anywhere, just get up there with a cutter and just go to town with it. Maybe deforest the whole area. Not today though, but we'll deforest the whole area, cut them down as much as we can. And yeah, we'll bring a whole bunch of wood down to the sawmill, which they'll probably be happy to get some wood. And that'll really help out our bank account for sure, help pay off the loan. But I'm not going to just leave the forest deforested. We will replant some trees up there. Now whether I'll get back up there and cut some more, I don't know. But first we'll have to get to the point of deforesting the forest, right? So the first load we got 24 grand, but now that I'm only cutting the trees in half, now the trees are longer, we should actually, from what the game says, get more cash, right? It looks like we're going up with the same amount of wood because the trailer is stacked as high, but you can see I got logs sticking up the back here. So let's head on down to the sawmill. Hopefully I get at least the same amount. I mean, I should. And then I think we'll take this truck down and take care of a couple of those trees down by the house, down by the beach. I have one already pre-cut. I'll probably do those ones off cam. Those are the funky shaped trees, because those take forever. You got to cut those up in tiny pieces. I may have to cut them really small to get them in. Well, let's head up to the sawmill now, and hopefully I can get the same amount. I'm hoping for at least 30 grand with this load, because I do have longer logs this time. But it seems like it'll be feasible to lease one of those tree cutters. And the good thing about the tree cutters is it'll debranch the trees. It may not make the logs as long as I got them. I think the longest you go, is it 10 meters or is it 12? I don't remember. Because I had a modded one 17. Basically, I took the in-game Ponzi and I made it so I can go up to 18 meters. So I forgot what the standard in-game one is. I think it's 12. So this in-game day sure has made a lot of changes on the farm. And we're about to do a couple more here in a while. I don't know, I kind of like the old style where I could unload it, but I could see that was a pain if you don't have an auto loader. Basically I got the same price right there, $24.9. So even though it seemed like I brought more wood up, but it's enough to do what I want to do for now. But we're going to head over to the house. We're not far from there. And I want to go take care of those couple trees that we have on our way. Plus we got a down tree that's laying there. We might as well go sell that. Well, I just spent too much of my time getting rid of that tree that was cut down. And the other tree that I had to cut down because it was kind of in our way. And I thought, well, at least I'll get some money for it. And I brought it up. I got $110 for those two trees. It was two of these trees right here. So basically I had to cut them like in little sections like this. It was a pain. I was picking them up, putting them in. A real pain in the butt. Well, that tree must go as well. And I think this is the last of the trees I need to cut down. Now the problem I may have here is this tree's up here in this hill in this truck. As I found out, bring up the others, will not go up this hill. So the question becomes, if I keep the engine going, can I go up the hill here? Let me strap those in. It's kind of steep, but I made it up here. Now that tree was much easier than the other one. So what kind of a view do I get now? Oh yes, you can see that much easier. Much easier. What I want to do down here is like create a beach as much as I can. I'm going to put some sand down and some other things. Pardon me. Alright, now that I got that cough out of my throat here. So what I want to do down here is like create a beach. And put down like maybe some trees and like have like a little path just kind of like going up to our front door. And maybe we'll put some things around here. But now we can see the reservoir so much better. So much better. I will have to bring the New Holland over with the stump grinder so we can take care of... we got a stump there and there's going to be one down here somewhere. Hello, how are you doing? Right there. I don't think there's other ones. I think I took care of the rest. And maybe smooth this out a little bit better, but I mean, I don't know how much I can smooth it out at all. Yeah, I don't know how. But let's go sell this. Hopefully I get more than $110 for it because, well, that's what I got for the last little I brought up. And then we'll head over to the main farm because we made some money and now I'm going to go and spend some money. Well, we got $2,000 for that, so that's pretty darn good. Now we're going to head on back to the main farm. It's time to put down a work area so we can repair our stuff right at our own farm instead of having to go to the dealership, which is not that far, but when you start having implements that you want to repair, I mean, everything's right at the farm. You don't want to go one by one up to the workshop and take care of it there. And I don't know if it used to be a thing that you had to pay a mechanic if you went to like a workshop other than your own to change things, but I haven't really seen that in 19. But we'll get our own workshop down anyways. Well, like I said, the gas station, not too concerned about. We will go to the workshop, not the workshop, but the dealership to do that. Right now, we're just going to turn the truck off right here. Turn the hazard lights off as well. So the first thing we're going to plop on down, Is it miscellaneous? I don't know if it is. Here it is. The Toolbox, $2.99. Well, we can do that. And I already looked at it, and oddly enough, the best place for it, right here between the sheds. Will it work? I don't know. The best way to find out is the New Holland kind of needs to be repaired. Now, I'm not going to repair it because I want to keep the money that we have. But, I mean, let's face it, the New Holland could use a little bit of love. So the thing is, I can come here while I'm filling with lime and stuff, I can fix things. How much to repair it? You know what, we'll repair it. It's not that bad. Plus it'll get us back to full horsepower on the tractor. So now we got a workshop area to change tires, colors of implements, which I do want to change the color of our seed drill. But since we're not seeding this yet, it's fine the way it is. So we're going to park this back underneath the cover. And now we're going to head on up to the animal farm. Our lovely cows. Now our lovely cows have already produced a couple thousand liters of manure, which is going to be important for the next step. Where are we? So 2,400 liters of manure. So the next step is going to be, is it under miscellaneous? So these are the greenhouses I was showing the other day. They make $40 per hour. And I, of course, you know, doing some math, I'm like, boy, it's going to take a long time. These, I think these are the ones that are on the Mod Hub. I downloaded those. Those are the same thing, $40 per hour and $10 a day. So these you can get on the Farming Simulator Mod Hub. They also have a bee house as well that makes $8 an hour. But for $20,000, I mean, yeah, I'm not. You're going to have a farm for a long time to make your money back on that. But of course, you can always count on Stevie to come out with a mod for something. He's got his greenhouses. See, they're the same price, but at least we can do lettuce, tomato, cauliflower, and melons, and pumpkins, and cabbage. But $100 an hour. Now you're starting to talk my kind of income. You will get your money back within 10 days, basically. Probably a little bit less than 10 days. So, I mean, $100 an hour, that's $2,400 a day. So, just a little under 10 days, you'll get your money back on it, which seems something that you would want to do now at this point. Because, you know, you're putting manure in here, which you can sell manure, so you are spending money to make, you're putting money into the greenhouse every day on manure. And then, of course, you got water. So I'm thinking we do melons. We're going to buy 2 of these today. How big are they? Oh, and it brings us back here. Oh, lovely. All right. Zoom up here somewhere. Where are we? Oh, over here. There we go. All right, so they're not too big, so it looks like we can fit them here like I wanted to. We're like right across from the cow barn. I don't own this land. Am I not going to be able to go right up against the hedge? Yeah. How far out do I have to go? I mean, it's not... We got plenty of space in between. For the most part. I did want to put them down here. But now it's going to be kind of clustered. I got to give me some room to get in there to get the milk. Like with a tractor and trailer. So I got to kind of back in there. So I can't put something there. Let me do some thinking about this here for a second. Alright, I saved the game. I turned autosave off. So that way if I don't like... I've actually decided, you know what? we'll leave this like little section in here, and maybe we'll put, you know, 1 greenhouse, 2 greenhouse, 3 greenhouse, 4 greenhouse. We'll put like 4 greenhouses in here. I think that will look good, but I turned autosave off because I want to see, you know, how overall it's going to look. Trying to make it so it looks, it's kind of flush with that fence post. I think that's pretty good. So if that's pretty good, then that should be pretty good. Bang, done. Where are we here? We're over here? Cows seem to like it. That's not bad. Yeah, we should be able to get the water trigger here. The manure's right here. It's too bad. I do have a little bit of... I'm sure I can go in here, right? No, I can't enter the greenhouse. Oh, that's kind of sad. That's not too bad. I would like to... Can I... Autosave is off, so if this doesn't work, no, that's wrong. Let's narrow down the tool. No, I cannot go into the greenhouse. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the game. I think what I'm going to have to do is kind of repaint in here so the brush doesn't come up into the greenhouse. As you can see, I got some brush sticking out by the water tank as well. So let me reset the game, and yeah, I shouldn't save nothing. So I'm going to quit game and bring you back, and we'll try this again. So I have restarted the game and tried to get rid of the brush in that area. I tried many different things. Of course, first off, I just tried painting the area like with dirt. Some of the brush has stayed, so I thought maybe if I lowered and raised the ground, it would disappear. The chainsaw doesn't do nothing, and the brush still stays there. And then my mind thought, I know one way to get rid of it, I think. And that's to use this guy right here. I want to leave the post up, so hopefully I can do this nicely. And I know you're probably going to say, well, now it's going to be like a field. Well, yes, but you can get rid of a field by going back into landscaping and then changing the terrain once again, which is rather cheap. So let me turn this on, allow to create fields, lower that. No, why is it still staying there? Well, I am just being shot down at every turn of my ideas. I do want the greenhouses in here badly, though. That's the only problem. It's a little unfortunate. I still have autosave turned off, so I mean, if none of this works. Well, I thought it was going to work like it does in the field, like when you got the brush down and you plow and the brush disappears. And not so much here. I'm trying to remember on the original map what is here. And I can't remember. But unfortunately this brush, this like tree, will not disappear. I thought I was being smart, and it's not working. I'm wondering things about like this brush here. See, that one folds over, so I think when I go over it with the plow, it's going to disappear. Which it does. Since I'm here making a mess, for future references, can I get rid of this stuff here? Probably not. But the logs and stuff stay there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fiddle around for a little bit longer. See if I can find an alternate way of doing this. I really think the greenhouses would look fantastic here. Just because for future development, we want to put another chicken coop down that corner. Putting the greenhouses here, I want to get more than one. I want to get like, I want to do at least 4 of them, which makes perfect sense to put it there. I don't want to put a greenhouse here because I can't go up against the hedge, which makes it stick out a little bit further. It's going to make it stick out to like right about here. And unfortunately for us, the way the cow barn is, I got it back in here to get the milk. And we're going to have like the truck and trailer going for us. So it's going to be like really snug to get in here. And besides, I can only put 2, not our 4. Because I'm going to go in here because I would like to put, like I said, an adjacent chicken coop in here further. Because, well, as we saw, the chickens just lay a whole bunch of eggs. And of course, we got our grass fields on either side. So unless I move it over on the grass fields, I don't want to go along the edge here too much because it would stick out to like right about here, which cuts off our entryway. This cuts off the path up here for future development. I can only put 1 greenhouse here, so it just makes perfect sense to put them in here right now. So yeah, I'm going to do some more stuff and fiddle around and see what I can come up with here. So after fiddling around for a bit, I can't find a way to really get, unless I go in the GE editor on the map and just remove these that way, which that's just too much work for us, I'm concerned for me to do. And I'm too lazy. I don't think I even have the GE editor on this computer anyways. It would just take too much work for me. So, I mean, I did place it down. I found a couple ways where it doesn't look that bad. So what I'm going to do is we're actually going to place one down here first. And hopefully I can get it the way it was before. But obviously you can see I've restarted the game. And there's no plowed field here, any of that. So, melons we will put down here. So basically all I'm doing is I'm going to try to just move it around a little bit so it's not where... I need to go this way so I can see the back better. So it's not in the way of the brush. Okay, so that's roughly where I want it. I think this is roughly where I had it. Probably a little bit too close. So you got the brush out here. So yeah, they're just kind of like leaning into the corners just a little bit. Not too bad. This one right here I can probably get rid of by going into landscaping. Let's hit X. Let's do brush size like that. There we go, get rid of that one. And that one there. These shouldn't matter. These should disappear when I place down anyways. Alright, so back into here. I'll put melons down, and I think I want to do like lettuce for now. So we're kind of like making our own fruits and vegetables so we can eat instead of having to go to the burger van all the time. Actually, I didn't try placing it right next to this one. Let's see how that will look. So try to get it lined up with that one as much as I can. Forward to back. I wish you can kind of... Alright, maybe an overhead view. Yeah, then it goes right on top. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to line it up as best as I can. May not be perfect, but it's not that bad either. So this piece was the one that was sticking in there. You can see that one's kind of sticking through, but that's gonna... I think that's the best situation to have for this side, because if I slide it over, this is really in there. I actually had it when I was testing it where this brush was actually in that aisle in between. But now that tree's kind of sticking through, so it is what it is. It's not too bad. Maybe in the future I can place something here, like who knows. And maybe in the future, when we get a little bit more cash, we can place 2 more down over here, like tomatoes and maybe pumpkins, because I like pumpkin pie. So now what we need to do is obviously fill up with some water. I don't know how much it's going to take. Do we really have enough manure? Not really, but I'm going to try to split it up between the 2 for now. Well, let's grab our quiet deuce fire. I think I got water in here. If not, we will have shortly. We do have some. And I got the pallet forks on here, so I'll have to go get our bucket. And luckily we got a modded bucket, so I can probably scoop up all that manure in one go. Okay. Am I not close enough? Oh, water. There it goes. Alright, so I was like, it better work. There we go. I just wasn't pulled up far enough. So we'll fill this one up first. I'm trying to see quickly how much water it's going to take. 5,000 liters maybe? No, not 5. Actually, I don't know how much it's going to take. But I do know one thing. I need to go get some more. So I'm going to fill these up with some water. And then we'll grab the bucket, grab what manure we do have. So we can start making some cash on the greenhouses little by little. We'll make $200 an hour off these greenhouses right now. Well, as the water goes in, there's our lettuce. And there's our melons. Yeah, you can kind of see a stump is in there, a log, but you don't really notice that stuff at all. So the question is, do I really need the manure? This is one thing I never learned about greenhouses. I never done the math on it. I mean, I guess I could fast forward time a little bit to see what happens. Do I make the full money with no manure in it? Well, let me speed up time, which will take us a couple seconds. So when the top of the hour hits, is it going to show every hour how much I'm making, or does it just... Now, before I go on, let me check the economy page here. Harvest, that's sold wood. Harvest income is $91.46. Yeah, so it didn't show. Property income, $200. So really, let me just make sure I'm looking at this correctly. It does make $100 an hour. Produces vegetables which are sold automatically to earn you money. There it says the same thing. So really, I could just give it water. You don't have to give it manure. Alright, I want to speed up time just one more time just to make sure how this goes. Let's get the money so we can see it really good there, right on the dirt. Well, speed up to 120 times, so at the top of the hour, when we hit 1,700 hours, we should get $14,283. So without adding manure, you still get the same amount of income. I think that should be like in half, because without the manure, you're not going to produce as well as you should. It's kind of like fertilizing your fields is basically what you're doing. Yeah, so I got $200, $100 per greenhouse. So, I mean, I can be cheesy and not put the manure in here, which we might do, because we're on a hard economy. We might do for a while. Yeah, so if you want to do the greenhouses, at least on Stevie's mods, I'm out of water. That's why I can't fill it more. And I'm hitting the post. And I'm pretty sure it might be the same way with the other greenhouses. Just give it water. If you don't want to use the manure and you want to sell the manure to get money, just see if it's the same for you. And the way to tell is when the top of the hour comes, try to keep track or see what your money total is and see if you're going up by the hour. The one I still don't get why this is filling up is, like I said, I downloaded the bee mod because the bees used to be really good in, was it FS15? The money on the bees was pretty good. It wasn't bad. By $8 an hour, I mean, you're making like $72 a day minus the $8 a day for the, so you're making like, wait, that's not right. You're making 80, 160, sorry, you're making like $170 a day on these. You know how many days you'd have to go to get your $20,000 back? See, that's what I'm saying about some mods. You look at that and it's like, it's a nice idea, but that income needs to come up just a little bit more. So we'll top these off, our greenhouses now. Like I said, I do wish in a way that the income would be like in half by not putting the manure in there. No more capacity for water. Just so I know, how much water do they take? 6,000 liters. All right, no problem. But it is nice that the Dude's Fire now doesn't blast your ears off when you get into it. Whoops, back that up nicely. So for the manure for the cows now, I thought I was going to use it, but really since I don't need to, don't rub the paint job on the mixer. Yeah, I some things in Farming Sim I will do and some I won't do. It's like the auto loaders. I don't mind auto loaders because I'm just terrible at loading things here and there, and it takes forever. But the thing that gets me is kind of some things like this, where this requires manure and water, and so you think, well, if you just put water into it, your production will go down. Yeah, that kind of. I just wish the income was like in half, but I'm not gonna sit there and complain too much about it. We got greenhouses now. I do like the looks of them. I want to put something here. I may actually place like a tree or something in here just to spice it up. And then when I put greenhouses down over here, I'm sure these little shrubberies right here and like this one will stay. These will all go. So I'll be able to place 2 more greenhouses down in here in the future. Probably not too long. But what we need to do in the future is, like I said, we're going to come in here when we do the forestry work. Probably going to lease this guy right here. Because while this guy's been in the game for a while, it's not cheaper to lease either one. It's the same price to lease. So the Ponzi is $22,440, and this is $185. It's a little cheaper, so we'll probably go with something like this. It doesn't tell you how long it cuts the logs, does it? No, it doesn't. I want to say it's 12. But yeah, we can lease this. One trailer will cover the cost of the lease for the first hour. How much is it per hour? $9,000. So it's not that bad. $4,000 for the day, the base cost. So you only get charged by the engine running hours, but if you have it for more than an in-game day, that's where the $4,000 comes in. So, if we use it for more than an hour, that's fine because we'll cut down more than enough trees up there to make for it, and then we can bring it back, and when we want trees, we go up with the auto loader and pick them up and sell them for cash and do it that way. But yeah, we'll probably lease it at some point. Not next episode, maybe a couple episodes from now. We'll just tear down all the trees up there. So the cows are doing the cows thing. We don't need their manure now. Kind of. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but yeah, they're making manure. The chickens are starting to do the chicken thing. We now got greenhouses. We'll get $200 every hour, which, it doesn't seem like a lot. But in the day, we're going to get $4,800 per day just by having these two greenhouses in here. And it's not costing us any money because we already had a water tanker. We got the tank. We don't have to put manure in. So yeah, it's going to be beneficial to the farm. It's going to help us out. What I am going to do for now is come in here. I got a little bit. We're going to pay off the loan, 4.25. There we go. Oh yeah, and I better turn autosave back on because that would be terrible disaster to forget to do that. So we did some forestry today, and took a little time for me to figure out how to do the greenhouses. Yeah, I may have to come in here, do some landscaping, and kind of just get rid of this tall grass here. But that's not going to be too hard. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one.